Welcome, everyone to Dynasty the Podcast Show. I am your host, Ira Thomas Bush the Fourth, and I just want to say welcome, and I appreciate everyone tuning in. Now, today it's a kind of a special show, but it's going to be pretty much based on what we usually do. We speak on real topics, real things, real life situation, things that's going on. Everything's ebb and flow. Everything changes. So, today was a great day. I got the opportunity to about 2 or 3 weeks ago. I signed up for a small business expo in Washington D.C. This is the little brochure we got when we walked in the building. So I went there today, early this morning. I got, I pretty much it was more. It's actually what I expected. I only been to a few expos and like situations like that. This is a company that I'm gonna talk about. I think it was a great. It's great what they're doing. It's great how they explained it. You know, business is opening back up. This is a great place. Where they describe it is they pretty much have everything in order for you to have a small situation where you have an office, where you have a storage, and where you could build on your community wherever located, definitely in the DMV. And I asked about especially my home state of Florida is going to be in Fort Lauderdale where their location going to be, but it's not up yet, but they're working on it. And I just had it. I thought it was cool that they gave out hats, so I wore the hat on my show today, and I'm gonna talk more about it. Hey, don't come at me if y'all don't like the people that they work with. It ain't my fault. The people that I met was cool. There was two nice young ladies there. It was cool. I spoke to them, and they did their job well. So shout out to the Workspace. But we're gonna talk more about it. Um, that goes in straight to what I was saying. Shout out to my family. Shout out to my child, Nia Bush, my mother, my sisters, my nieces and nephews. I just seen a picture on one of my nephews. My one of my cousin. Anybody on my mom's side know that we call our cousins children our nieces and nephews. So, and the same thing on my father's side. Whether they believe it or not, that's how I look at it. That's how I was. That's how we always raised. But I seen a picture of him. He's like almost 6 foot now. Look like, and I was like, wow, he probably taller than me. His dad probably about the same size now. But I thought that was cool. He's doing well in sports. It's like he's been doing since he was little. So I like seeing that. I think the picture was taken yesterday, but I seen the picture this morning. So shout out to my little nephew. He doing his thing, and I know all of them over there doing their sports, still going to school and stuff. So I like to see that. Now let's get back to like I was saying, shout out to the fam. Now, first and foremost, this is what I'm mostly excited about. I'm not gonna go through them yet. I got what I seen. Is something in Washington D.C. area that specifically was geared towards my situation right now, and is geared towards helping small business and expanding on business. So I'm not going to share that until I get in tune with it, and I don't want nobody to cut me off and try to like hate on me because I ain't in no mansion right now. You feel me? So I'm trying to slowly build what I'm organically build what I've been building since I've started doing business, since I started doing coaching, since I just started handling business as a young man. So, but these are the cards that I received today. There was so much people there that was open to, assist. And I will tell you some more dates that's coming up so you could go attend this event. It's going to be ran by the same people, probably different you know, businesses will pop in and have their own setup shop. But I think this is what over 30 businesses I have at least that I grabbed off those tables. I got my own badge, and I'm repping Elite Youth Association at all times. So shout out to my youngest that started with me. They know what it is. I'm still motivated. I know they motivated, even if they got their own thing. My first team I ever coached in high school, y'all know what it is. Y'all all unofficial or official members. So we still going, and the news hasn't broke. I haven't solidified. Just continuing coaching football, but hopefully I get back on the field in a big capacity and back in it doesn't matter the community. I already expanded. I'm already elevating. The stuff that I've seen today is right on point with what my channel is of success. So hopefully these people are not coming in being frauds or anything. Everybody was talking correct. I met some nice people. Somebody walked up to me beforehand that's going to help me with marketing, and I will definitely use this person if this person is legit. And so other people did some marketing just in case, but this seems, everything worked out really well for me today. I didn't have to stay there all day. And yeah, I'm still motivated. So, and I want my child to be set up for success when she leads or in during her high school career, and so as well as my nieces plural. So, that being said, first, this is the rundown. I showed y'all a glimpse of, some all the companies. I'm going to talk about some specific ones that, that was, that's interesting to me and should be interesting to you if you're especially in this area, in the DMV area. And like I said, the business that I got the hat on, I like it because that's my next step in the DMV is having some kind of. I wanted to. It's gonna be, I want it to be somewhere I could place my the resources that I'm going to be gathering or I'm going to be working on, and I want it to be professionally done, and I could use it as a business space, and that is like once I get established back on the field and in the community, the next step will be getting my business office. And once I get my business office, I can start, sending out material, sending out things to other all 50 states across the country. And it's other stuff that I could have talked about business wise, but the way the fraud and the disrespect on my elite youth association is legit because of the people that's involved, the people that I work with. It's high level people. You're going to have a hard time destroying the elite youth association. It's going to be that difficult. So I went in with that hat, but elite moving was so disrespectfully the way people did, the way people wanted me to be. It's unfortunate that I'm not like that for them. Because when I was starting elite moving, it had nothing to do with anything illegal. It had everything to do with helping the community. It started off, I called it elite moving. Anything elite, how I spell it, is me. It's originated from me. Nobody spelled it like that. Nobody thought about it like that. It was the first brand of anything that I stamped. Just that first word. Everything goes behind it is what the topic is. Elite is the brand, and anything after that is it goes on. Elite youth, elite apparel, all that stuff is coming. Elite youth is here. Elite apparel is coming, and elite moving was very disrespectfully by the white supremacist group. They started trying to say that my business was not a legit, and I didn't even get things going. I didn't set up a payroll. I didn't do anything. All I did was hate on my success. This is the money that I use for my income tax. I paid for my LLC with that, and these people started sending me IRS documents saying that my business is not legit. My business is going to be, whatever they were saying. I wasn't trying to work on it too hard because I was already active doing something. It was not a big deal. It was for the future. This is a setup for, and it's not a bad thing. This is like I'm giving you a little info about how the business plan that I originally had. I was basically going to establish a moving, whether it's distribution of my apparel or moving literally furniture, going into community, fixing, something, handyman type of situation, just something that have income coming in and going into these in people homes the proper way, the professional way, the professional way. So, like I said, Florida is all mixed up with a bunch of people trying to control stuff. So being here, sorry about the noise. Like I said, I've been here 3-4 weeks. Nobody was coming in here. Nobody was speaking. So these people want to talk while I'm talking. I'm sorry and I apologize about that. I'm not trying to make this an unprofessional setting. But yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna let this person be a part of the show for a little bit, so we're gonna let it talk. It's Agent Smiths everywhere, females and all. So they just want to pay attention. Okay, let's continue. All right, first we're gonna start off with the things that the things that first we're gonna talk about is before we go into before I expand on what happened today at the expo. I want to talk about something that went on yesterday that was posted by the person that called themselves the leader of the United States of America right now. This person literally went online and said that he wants everything to end. You know, he wants to blow up this and blow up that. Those are not going to happen. This guy is unfortunately not, he does not comprehend that his job is to lead. His job is not military. This man he does not have the mental capacity to run a army. He does not have the mental capacity to mind what he's supposed to mind. I want this to be repeated. He was never a politician. Every test score he ever did, everything he ever did, he copied and pasted. He never had the abilities. Uh, he was never a savant in education. He was never a savant in leadership. He was just somebody that copy and paste and stole a lot of money. These are the people that kill humans and eat humans. This stuff is coming out already. So I don't want to get into it too much. I don't have the documentation. This person want to create a big fuss and start wars because he's not winning. It's not going his way. And I don't really mind this stuff. This is information that's already out. I'm just letting you know what the bigger thing is. While I'm talking about my personal life, that's the biggest thing, right now. Now I ain't gonna go into it because I'm here in Washington D.C. Nobody bothers me. They got a bunch of platoon army people walking around in 3-man groups. I don't know what they're doing, but they need to go practice defending the country a better way. They got the police everywhere. It's a big propaganda stunt that they're trying to do to shield the person that they put in office, which is I don't mind it. This person not he doesn't superior as a human being. The person that's in command and the people that stand up there in them senators suits and these people, a lot of the police officers are not superior to me at all. They don't outrank me at all as a person. So I don't mind. These are people are appointed by the people, not nobody else but the people. So you ain't doing your job. You ain't doing what we told you to do. You minding the wrong business. That's not my fault. You gotta get excommunicated some way. I ain't telling you I'm gonna do it. I'm just saying it's gonna happen to you probably. So with that being said, that's the main news of the day. Now let's get back to what the program. The noise just left. I apologize about that wait and that pause. The noise just left, so we could continue because people want to. Like I tell you, how people monitor my mind and my mental, they would never be able to elaborate on what I really went through, the experience. I was there for an hour. I was there actually early, so I was there for 2.5 hours, and I got the job done. I got what I needed to get done. Now we're going to start off with Squarespace. This is one of the first places that I was like, I'm gonna show you the brochure. Now, their main location is 3342 Blainburg Road, Brentwood, Maryland. If you're in the DMV, you go down there, you see, I want you to really, these people, look, it was very nicely done. Their presentation was nice. Their setup was nice. They were nice people. I want y'all to go up there. Y'all see they got the space, and it could be used in all kind of fashions. And this is part of me helping the people that help me. So you're supposed to share these things. And I gave y'all if you just tuning in or you did not catch it, I gave you the address of the main office in the beginning when I started talking about it. And it will be one in Fort Lauderdale in 2 or 3 months for sure. So you ask them, you get acquainted with them in Maryland. And if you all the Floridians that's tuning in, they will be in Florida in 2 or 3 months. So I want to have one down here because I like to operate in the biggest boss type of situation. And I think the capital, whether it's Virginia or Maryland or Washington, D.C., this is where I'm going to be doing business from. I don't have time to deal with crooked Klansmen in Florida anymore. I'm done talking to y'all. I'm done trying to ask y'all for help. And that's what I had to establish with. So that's the first group of people that I ran on. Now, let's continue. Another group of people. The barcode's here. So you can pause it, get the barcode. Anybody that's a real veteran, they were helping people. Online community for veterans. So anybody that knows me, I want people to give this to my cousin's uncle and my grandfather. They're both veterans and alive and well. They might not need the help, but this especially them. And I got a few homies that went to do service. Y'all need the help. Y'all veterans, tap in. They got a nice community for y'all that's set up, and I want y'all to get established with people that's going to help y'all for real. So don't be shy. Don't be afraid to ask for help. I know I'm still able to give good advice. So I don't know about me doing it for free now. I'm trying to get established still as a young adult. But these people are offering the help, and this is a good way. Just tap that barcode. You'll get more information, and yeah, that's it for them. I like the way they set that up too. I asked for a piece of candy. The guy didn't want to give me no candy. So the next thing I went across the pond, they were very nice, was Verizon. This company's been in my family for a very long time, probably since I was born, if not longer. That's the company I believe my grandfather is still with when it comes to his cell phone, his house phone, if he still has that. He probably got it, but he just don't have a phone. He uses his cell phone. And this is what they're offering. Now, what I liked it about this, the barcode is on here, is that this is probably something I should have hit until I went. They're offering free classes to help you be your own business, your boss, your own boss, and help you, be successful in business. So these people are trying to help people who are trying to be in business. And I got the information. I got the barcodes right here. And I want y'all to know I'm not the one that's hiding information. The only thing I'm hiding is the one that's going to be directly in Washington, D.C. When I get to it and I get on it, I'm going to let y'all know exactly how it was. But this is stuff that I'm not going to do exactly. I got to do it step by step. So Verizon's doing something great. They're offering free workshops for people who are doing business. So get in tune, get in touch. It's like a 60-hour class. Something he was trying to explain to me. Once I do that, I'm going to do this right after. I might do them at the same time. I'm not going to do them today. I'm going to reach out to the guy that approached me in the beginning about marketing, let him know it's really me. So, yeah. Those are, what's going on. This is where space. Now, hopefully nobody gets to the last thing I wanted to share. These people. It's El1te and Cotini. Now, this is basically something I wanted to hide and not share with nobody until I get tap in. But I'm not in no rush to make myself look foolish in a business plan situation. I want to go in prepared. They said they help with exactly what I'm on, which is Elite Youth Association. That's not a fake thing to me. I'm very prepared right now. I don't really need no paperwork or presentation, but I'm going to do a presentation. I'm setting it up. It's going to be very nicely done. Some of y'all are going to be mad. I'm still some of y'all pictures and stuff. I got plenty of pictures of myself all over the internet. So I'm gonna put a nice little slideshow when I meet these people. I'm gonna have my own dollar when I go in there. I'm gonna set up a real plan. So I want them to actually fund Elite Youth Association. So don't be intimidated by me asking y'all for help or asking y'all to use y'all picture or a reference. It's just this is my players that I'm talking to. I used to coach or anybody that that's affiliated with Elite Youth Association. So yeah, I'm trying to get everything up and running. I need a facility. I need 15 passenger vans. I need all that stuff. It'll be helpful if somebody could directly help me. I don't want to be begging. Like I don't mind the stand in front of Walmart or a grocery store, do car washes, but this will help me kickstart when it comes to sponsorships. They could help me. They could lock me in with people that actually want to help. This is probably somebody with a bank, a private bank or something like that. I don't know exactly, but I like the way they approach. They said they help with this type of situations, so I'm going to promote them. I'm going to shout them out. And these people are located in 2400 Old Brick Road, Glen Allen, Virginia. So a lot of stuff from Virginia came down. Like I said, it's real tight up there when it comes. Basically, I know what it really is. It's a base for me for sure. So shout out to Virginia for sure. I have not touched down. I'm only standing on a high level business because I ain't finna go. I'm not letting my grandparents or my great aunt down when I go to Virginia. I'm not coming there to play around, and we're gonna stop the hardest when we get there. So I'm get myself situated in the DMV, and then I'm gonna go to Virginia. I'm gonna have real plans and goals when I get there. I'm not gonna mess around over there at all. I'm not messing around here, but I'm gonna be a little bit more established. I don't mind, starting from the beginning here. I do not plan on being in the beginning in Virginia when it comes to being in the DMV. I'm already doing work here, so shout out these people. Y'all did. I appreciate the presentation, and yeah, we'll be there. We'll get in touch. I'm going to get in touch for sure. Now that's it for the expo. We're going to get some stuff done, whether you believe it or not. But I don't really have much to say. That was the most exciting part of the day is just doing that. It's still a lot of time left for people who don't waste time. We just hitting the evening times, 4 o'clock, just after 4, and I have much to say. Yesterday I got a chance to watch a little bit of the basketball game. I like that. This is switching. I'm done talking business. I'm done talking politics. I want people to get intimidated by that stuff that I be speaking on. But I got a chance to watch the Charlotte basketball boss. I don't know exactly who won. I just like what I saw out of the Charlotte Hornets. They look like this is the team that I don't know. They almost made the playoffs like 2 or 3 years ago, and I was hyping them up. But they didn't. I don't think they ended up making it in. I think they went to the play-in, and they're in a similar situation. But it's like from 5 to like 10, they're like a game and a half apart, and like they played Boston, which is the number 2 or 3 team in Eastern Conference, and they match up well against them. Tatum's still pretty fresh off his injury coming back, but Jaylen Brown is an MVP contender. I like the matchup against them because they can switch all 5 positions. I think they got to do a better job at the center position though, because I that was my biggest take was that I don't want to pronounce his name, number 14 for the Hornets. I'm sorry, I could see how it's spelled. I just don't want to butcher your last name. I think he is more on the forward, like he's on the forward, like a 4-5 type, but he's their 5 in the starting lineup. And I didn't think he was as undersized against the center from the Celtics, but he was, and it gave him a little bit of issues. Not saying they couldn't make up for it. I think he got to be a little bit more aggressive on the offensive side, which is what I was thinking. And I thought he was going to be able to handle the center for the Celtics, but the center for the Celtics has improved so drastically from game 1 of this year on offense and offensive rebounds. it was a big advantage. So I don't know if they came back. It was pretty much tied when I stopped watching, which is around halftime. And I would check the score. I didn't check the score. I had stuff on my mind, stuff going on today. I wasn't really tripping, but I like the way that could be a first round matchup for them if they get the sixth position. They don't have to play the play in. So I like seeing. I want to see the Hornets in the playoffs. Boston got two superstars, nice coach, nice bench, great, pretty good, pretty good. They're great shooters. They pretty solid. If Jason Tatum plays like an MVP and then Jalen Brown plays like an MVP, they can win it all, just like they did a year and a half, 2 years ago? Yeah, it was 2 years ago. But I ain't. That's not my favorite team. I'm just commenting on the game. Yeah, I know the national championship passed. Michigan won. Football is coming up soon. I haven't got a chance to watch a lot of baseball, unfortunately. I might check a game out today. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to do that. I'm not really stressing that sports too much, but baseball's in. Check some baseball games out. Shout out to the Rays. Any team that I'm around, or Orioles and the Nationals, and do y'all thing. You know, I ain't really no super fan. The Mets, the Yankees around the corner, and Phillies. Um, I like baseball. See the thing I don't like about it's so fast paced. Like I can miss too many. I want to watch the pitching, if that makes sense. I want to watch the pitching in the teams, and and that's what the biggest thing for me is the pitching on the teams. Is like it used to be more of the dominant pitchers pitching 8 to 9 innings every time they go out. Now they got like a pitcher restriction. They could be pitching like one hitters and then getting out in the sixth inning, and you ain't getting the gist of what's going on. And they'll sometimes them games, it be so many games lost because the coach take them out after giving up a earned run and giving up 2 points in the sixth, and then they've been pitching great. It's so difficult to pitch. It's like you messing up is so slim for you to lose in a lot of these games. And that's all the time in baseball. But I'm a fan of pitching, so shout out to baseball. Y'all check the games out. I haven't watched any hockey really this year. It's rare that I watch hockey, soccer as well. But I like both sports of those two. But check the games out. Like I told y'all, youngest man, it costs $25 to catch the spring football games. For it's a game this week against Houston, in Washington. The DC Command, whatever they call it. I think they're down this way. Um, their game is Saturday. They're 18 to $25. And same with the baseball with the Orioles and the Nationals. Their games are $20 to $25. So check these games out. Don't waste your time trying to get in trouble. They like to promote y'all, having disputes, and it'd be a whole 3 month, 3 week type of situation where they're trying to slander young black men, and their ultimate goal is to separate y'all from strong, powerful women. That's y'all race, and don't let that distract y'all. Stick to the script. Remain strong mentally and physically. Don't let nobody get y'all out y'all position. So that's a message for me. I don't have much else to say. I had a great day. Um, it's stay lit. That's how I feel. I gotta stay lit. Gotta stay active. Don't let the fraud and the fate distract you, and get your mind right on all situations. That's it for today. I am your host, Ira Thomas Bush the Fourth. This is Dynasty the Podcast Show, and I see y'all tomorrow.